Hey everybody, this is Fully Off and welcome to another episode of Minecraft on the Just Vanilla server. Today we're off hunting cows because a while ago we lost all of our cows when we lost all of our villages, and I just haven't got round to replacing them yet. But I'm running out of steak and I fancy some chops and I fancy some roast chicken. I fancy all of that kind of good stuff. So what we're going to do today is start building a farm area, or a livestock kind of farm area, and we're going to build it through there. Because I believe, and it's dark again, because I believe above it is nothing but my little farm area bit here. So all of this is under here is free. So we're going to do that today. But first I've got to catch the little buggers. So yeah, we'll dig some of that out, most of that out, probably all of that out, and start building a farm under there. But first of all, we've got to catch some cows. So we've come across quite a nice little herd, and we're not a million miles away. I think we're just over there. I think we've lost all sorts of direction. I think we're over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to breed a couple to start with before I take them, because I don't want to be depleting the population too much. So we'll let them have a couple of little babbies. Because we've got a sheep here that's sheared, so I don't know if these belong to anybody. I really hope they don't. But hopefully, with me breeding a couple of babies to start with, I'm hoping that anybody, if they do belong to somebody, we're not doing anything too wrong by borrowing a few cows, because I've replaced them, hopefully. Right, so we'll get these two fellas or ladies or whatever they are back to base, get them in a pen, and then start breeding them. So I've got our cows safely back to base. Now these are two that I've you wouldn't believe that, would you? Yeah, you would actually. Trust me to pick the two that I've just bred. Right, well we'll breed those in a second then. Got a bit of time to do that because I've got all of this digging out to do first. So I'm going to dig out all of this. Okay, so I've done a bit of digging, and I've dug out. I don't need a lot of room. We don't need a great deal of room for this farm. So I've dug out a little bit of area I need to dig out, and I think we're going to have the cows in that hole there. So I'm going to have to dig out a bit of the floor now. I need to dig down 4 levels. And this is where the baby cows are going to finish up. We'll have the breeder cows on the block there-ish, or is it there? On there. And then we'll have the baby cows down the bottom. So we need a space there for the water, and the baby cows are going to go off that way into down a water chute. So what do I need now? I probably need to put some redstone in. So we'll need a dispenser, we'll need a torch, and we'll probably need some redstone dust. We need signs. I'm going to need some repeaters. There they are. Yeah. Sort those out in a minute. So if we just put a block down there and then a dispenser on top of it. This is going to hold the water. This is going to make it easier for us to feed the cows, because while they're bobbing up and down on top of water, it just makes it easier to feed. So we'll do that. And somewhere we need a button to start all this going. We'll probably have a button there. So if we have the button coming out of here, from the back of that block, then every time we press it, it's going to turn the dispenser on and off. So we'll do that. I'm also going to eventually put signs here and here and here and here, and that'll stop the water from whizzing out everywhere, whilst allowing the baby cows to fall out. But I don't want to do that to start with, because I'm going to need to breed some cows down here to start with. So we're going to have some going to have some blocks in there to start with. So I think I'll stick in some glass blocks to start with. They're just temporary blocks. Okay, so what do we need to do now? We'll get the redstone put in, I guess, for the button. Where do we want the button going to? We have a repeater going into the back of that block. Yeah. Then where do I want the button? I suppose I could have the button there, couldn't I? So if we do, ooh dear, decisions. If we do that, is that going to be too close? No, maybe that'll do. That'll do. Doesn't really make a difference actually if I have a stone one or a... Oh. So I need to go down one. Let me say that should have been alright. Okay. Have I got that repeater in the wrong place? I've got that repeater in the wrong place. Good grief. Okay, so repeater there. Now that's better. Okay. So when we press the button now, water is going to come out of the dispenser. So that's that sorted out. We're going to fill the top over with our block of choice. Actually, that's probably going to be wood. Do I fill that over now? So we'll have wood sort of all the way around here, and in there are going to be the cows eventually, and the baby cows are going to go up the back in like a water elevator, and then across the top and down into the cooker that's going to be over there. So what do I need to do now? We need to make a water elevator now, don't we? I guess. Right, so I've done a bit more work. Put the frame of the cooker in, and like any good cooker, it's got to be white. So I'm going to have a white cooker, and on the front of that we're going to need some glass. I'll put the glass in a second. So there, this is where the dispenser is going to be. That's going to hold the lava. That's going to cook the cows. And because the baby cows are only 1 block tall, when the baby cows are stood here, when the cooker fires, it's not going to cook the baby cows, it'll only cook them when they grow up. And also, we're going to use a little mechanism around the back that quickly spits out the lava and then sucks it back in again. It takes less than a tick, which means that we're not going to lose any of the drops, any of the leather or the steak. When you've got these constantly going, because a lot of the cow cookers these days have got a block of lava directly above the baby cows, and they grow up into the lava, and sometimes the stuff gets sucked up into the lava, so you do lose it. But because this is only going to fire when you press the button, boop, boop, it'll fire and then disappear again, and then it'll cook the cows. All the drops are going to fall in to the bottom. So in theory, unless there's a baby cow or something coming over the top when you press the button, you shouldn't lose anything. Or if you do, it's going to be, tiny amount. So let's get rid of that, and we'll get a hopper there. That's where the cows are going to stand. I'm going to stick a carpet on there as well, because there has been trouble in the past with mobs standing on. It's predominantly chickens, but a bit of carpet in there, a bit of red carpet. Yeah, it looks the part, doesn't it? Should I have the back in white as well? I suppose I should, really, shouldn't I? Maybe up there as well. Yeah. So the mechanism that fires that uses a sticky piston to create a really short pulse. So I don't need normal pistons, I've got my sticky pistons. And if I can remember how to build it, we need a blob of dust there. Need to dig out a little bit of room. Blob of that, blob of that. We need a sticky piston there. This is going to create the short pulse. So if we put a sticky piston there and then that block, coming out of that we need those repeaters that I wanted earlier on. Have I put them back? But I haven't. No, I haven't. One of them. We need this to be on 4 ticks to give the burnout clock enough time to do its stuff. So that needs to go into a block. And then on top of that we need a torch on top of there, and then a block on top of that, and then a blob of, I think, blob of dust on top of there. And then coming out the side of this, we're going to need, can't remember. I might have to go and have a look. What happens when I press that button now? So I think if we get a torch in there, with a block on top of it, and then that there, this there, that there. Are you listening? Are you listening? Yeah. Oh, did you hear that? Perfect. Click, click. Lovely. So yeah, the button lights the dust, which powers the sticky piston, which fires the repeater for 4 ticks, which turns off that torch, which turns on that torch, and because there's a blob of dust on top of there, that creates a burnout clock. But because the power is only, because that torch is only off for 2 ticks, the burnout clock is only allowed to tick twice, which fires that bit of dust, which fires the respicer, which fires a dispenser. So if I put some lava in there, I suppose we may as well test it. Put a bit of lava in there. I might put, I'll put the glass over the front just in case. So the baby cows come along, fall down there, they grow up. When they've grown up, you come over here, press a button. It only goes and works. And therefore, as I say, you don't lose any of the drops. Fabulous. Right, I'm going to take the lava out because I'm going to be messing around at the back now, putting the chute for the cows to go across and fall down. And what I don't want to do is mess about with the wiring inadvertently, turn the dispenser on and have lava coming out everywhere. So what do we need to do now? I put a bit of light in underneath that piston as well. I don't think I'm going to be able to put any light in. No, I'm not going to be able to put any light in there because I need a sign down the bottom. So what do I need now? I need to get up there somehow and get the chute put in for the cows, for the little babbies to fall down. So they're going to come. They are stupid as well, baby cows, because what they'll do is they'll jump up and jump back down again and finish it banging their heads on the top, which is no good. Let me just take all of this out, give myself a bit of room to work with. Because that as well, the baby cows use that to breathe. So when they come up, if the water comes straight across here, they'll get stuck underneath that bit of that glowstone there. That sea lantern there. So the chute is going to have to go off backwards that way before it comes this way. Yeah. And we're probably going to need a sign there to stop the water from going over the edge, because if that obviously makes contact with the lava down the bottom, it's going to cause obsidian and also to drown the cows down there. So that's that there. So in theory now, yeah, actually let me get rid of these. Oh, that was lucky, wasn't it? If I'd have done that before and put these blocks in, so I know not to dig through them. Yeah? So now baby cows are going to come up there, they're going to come over here, they're going to go down there. Oh yeah, fall into there, everybody's happy. So as I say, maybe I should, yeah, maybe I'll just make this, I've got a bit of room, so I'll make this 3 high. So now hopefully the cows, the baby cows, won't jump up and smash their heads in when they come up here. Yeah? Up, backwards, round here. Yeah, round here. And then down there. So let me get a bit of stone in here to cover it up. Are they going to hurt themselves there? Possibly. So I'll get rid of that. That should be enough, and we don't really need lighting up here. Although I will put a little bit up, just in case. Well, we've got that there, so we shouldn't need any light in there, should we? That's enough, that's enough. Baby cows fall down here. Oh yeah. So any second we're going to be able to go and get the cows. Bring on the cows. Right, we've got some cows in the base. Now we've got to try and get them down that hole. I don't know how easy this is going to be. I know they're only 1 wide, but are they likely to fall down a hole? Oh, they are. Ooh, right. Come on, mate's in there. Last thing I want to do is fall in myself, though. Aren't you over the hole? Surely you are. Come on. The other one wasn't sweet as a nut. There it is. Okay. And you boy, you girl, you fella, lady she cow. You're looking beautiful today. How do you make your fur so shiny? Bio oil? Very nice. You don't look a day over 4. What do you mean you're only 2? Get in. Actually, I don't care how old you are. Get in. Yes. Brilliant. So they're in there. Because the glass down the bottom, actually, I'm going to put a bit of glass there, and that's going to stop me falling down the hole. Right, so when I press this button, cows bob up and down. Feed the cows. We should now have a baby cow in there. Right, I've fed and watered the old herbivores quite a bit now, and I think, and this is obviously not going to be accurate, but it's saying we've got 14 entities down there, which sounds about right. And I've also done a bit of decorating while I've been waiting for them to grow up. We've put a bit of lighting at the top, a bit of wood and grass and so on. So it looks presentable. It looks a bit plain. I'm going to have to do something with it because it does look plain. However, we are going to have a few more farms down here. It's going to be a chicken farm. Because I'm partial to a bit of roast chicken and probably pork and lamb and everything else. But anyway, I did a little check down here and I couldn't see any baby faces. So I'm guessing in there is only adults. There are only adults. So let me get those out. And I'm hoping, yeah, that's a good start. If I move this glass nothing's going to fall out. Yeah. So far it's a goodie. Right, now I need to put some signs in to stop the water. Obviously there's water in the dispenser. When it comes out, it's going to flow over the sides at the moment. So we've got to put some signs in to stop that from happening. So now, when I press the button, I've moved the buttons as well. The button was over here to feed them. It's now over here. So we've now got a feeding button and a cooking button on the cooker, which I think looks better. So if I press that now, they pop up to get fed, but also none of the water comes over the sides, which is brilliant. So if we block that up again, I'll leave this unblocked just for a second, just in case. So if we feed them now, there they are, little babies. Okay, one little baby. There they are, fantastic. Whoa, where did you come from, boy? How the hell did you do that? Oh, that's... Yeah, you get down there. Where did you come from? Did you come out of there? That's a problem then, isn't it? If you came out of there. You just turn around, baby cow everywhere. Now they do jump and they do fall down and they do take damage, but they won't die. So if they fall down and take damage, then that's their own stupid fault, really, because they're going to be cooked in 5 minutes anyway. So let's give that one a go again. See if the babies just appear out of nowhere. Where did they come from? Must have come out of that hole. Couldn't have been anywhere else that they came from. There they are. Fantastic. You could, because it's not such a big... maybe you can't. I was going to say maybe you could have solid glass blocks going up there, but maybe you can't because of the way the little mechanism down the bottom gets them into the water chute. So I think that's good. I'm a bit concerned about this. Maybe I'll jig this about a little bit. That's where the button comes down. So maybe if I get rid of that and have the button... Yeah, I suppose I could do it that way, couldn't I? Could we do it this way? So if we do it that way, that away, yeah, brilliant. So I can now block this off. Fabulous, and we'll wait here for a second, but you don't have to wait that long because as if by magic, so we've got some grown-up cows now. So what I want to do again now is just to feed a few more. I'm concerned about how many cows will go in here. Again, the cramming cap, if you just keep sending babies through and babies through and babies through, eventually that will get too high and they'll start dying in there. So you can't just keep sending them through without cooking them. So we'll just send a few more through. Mental as anything. Okay, so they're in the bottom now. Come on, a few more. You don't want to be starting this up as well while babies are going through, because if a baby falls down there at the split second the larva's out, they're going to die, aren't they? So I think that's it. Now, hopefully, touch wood and everything else, all things being equal, if I press the cook button, well, I might as well press it. Brilliant. That worked like a charm. Baby's uninjured. We are. Look at that, all that. 18 steaks and 8 bits of leather. Fabulous. So I'd call that a success. So I think we'll leave it at that for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure, as always, having you along. If you have enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to leave it a like. It really does mean a lot. And if you've loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Free Off in front of a cow cooker, and I'm out of here.